that really is news. You look confused, why? You are what you choosing to do. Me, I've been making the moves, paying my dues, getting this done with the fam. Y'all know that I am the dude. Bend that low, hit that high, got that hustle, got that drive. One more time, best alive. I want it all, everything mine.
Welcome back to the Football Forecast. Week 3 is done. Week 4 is just on the horizon. I'm not going to look at the obvious choices. I'm not going to look at the guys that are available in 40% of the leagues and 60% of the leagues. No. That's not really going to help you. I'm going to give you the names at the bottom of the barrel. We're going to dive down deep in the well, down in all the crap and the crud, and we're going to find some gold down there. So let's take a look at the quarterbacks that you need to go add and consider streaming this week.
Yeah, gonna leave this here. This right here gonna be that year. Yeah, that's too sincere. I don't really think I could be that clear. I'm gonna be right here, but y'all know that.
The quarterback play around the NFL has been absolutely fucking garbage. We don't coach quarterbacks anymore. There's very few guys that come into the NFL that understand like the work ethic that it's going to take and the humility that it's going to take. They come into the league, man, thinking that their shit don't stink. And I said it. Quit playing these guys too damn early. The majority of this shit that they're calling around the NFL is 1,000% because of the limitations of their quarterbacks, primarily the young quarterbacks. These quarterbacks look like hammered dog shit in the NFL right now. They really do. You see what happens when a real seasoned vet comes in. Look at Carolina. I said last week that Andy Dalton was going to come in and ball the fuck out. That's what I said. You have to add Andy Dalton to your lineup this week because they're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. And look at what fucking Jaden Daniels just did. I told you all last weekend that Jaden Daniels was going to come in and he was going to go completely nuts on the Cincinnati Bengals defense because he's too young and dumb to know any different. Cincinnati's the 20th ranked defense in the entire NFL guarding the pass. They've given up the 29th most passing yards and the 29th most passing plays of 20 yards and more. Also, Bryce Young took a lot of sacks that Andy Dalton is just not going to take because he knows where he's going with the football. He's decisive. He's not running around scrambling trying to improv because he doesn't understand the playbook and he doesn't understand the coverages that he's seeing. Andy Dalton's not out there seeing ghost. He's going to get rid of the football a hell of a lot quicker. And even though this offensive line hadn't looked good with Bryce Young, well, they can't fucking pass block for 6 seconds. Hit your third step, hit your fifth step, and deliver the fucking football. Andy Dalton's going to do that. He's not going to get sacked nearly as much. And yeah, he got sacked. I think Andy Dalton got sacked 3 times last week. But they were also playing the Las Vegas Raiders, who's pretty damn good at getting after the quarterback. You ever heard of Max Crosby? So, moving forward, they're going to start going against a lot of teams that don't put any pressure on the quarterback. Namely, the Cincinnati Bengals. Andy Dalton might throw for 400 this week. The second quarterback that you've got to add this week is Justin Fields. And I know that he's not your typical quarterback. And he pretty much goes against everything I just said as the reason that I like Andy Dalton. But the fact is, Justin Fields runs the football. And even though I don't really like my quarterbacks doing that, I'm not telling you to go get Justin Fields long term. I'm telling you to add him this week because he's going against the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are ranked 28th in stopping running quarterbacks. 28th. Now that takes into account the rushing yards, the rushing attempts, the touchdowns, the whole 9 yards. It takes into account everything. And the Indianapolis Colts are 28th against quote-unquote running quarterbacks. Justin Fields is definitely that. And even though Justin Fields has not really displayed tremendous yardage in the passing game, this could very well be a game where he runs for 80 to 100 yards and 1, possibly 2 touchdowns. Dead serious. Justin Fields is 4th out of all quarterbacks in rushing attempts and 8th in yards. For a quarterback that really kind of leans heavily on that part of his game, it doesn't really sound too high, but we're seeing more quarterbacks run the football than we ever did before. So, I mean, going against the Indianapolis Colts, I'm definitely, if I'm hurting a quarterback, I'm willing to take a stab on Justin Fields here because they're completely vulnerable. They kind of look pretty good if they're going against a quarterback who's just going to sit in the pocket and be a statue and not move anywhere. But when the play breaks down and they start improvising and those route combinations start breaking down and you just get guys going to holes and sitting in gaps in the defense, that's where Indianapolis Colts get burned. So I can see Justin Fields having a really, really solid day. And the third quarterback that you need to add this week, y'all gonna call me crazy. Because, my God, as a Kentucky fan, it has been really, really hard to watch Will Levis. But I'm telling you, he's got a favorable matchup this week. He really does. Will Levis is playing Miami. Miami is ranked 26th in stopping passes 20 yards and longer and 26th in giving up touchdowns. Another reason that Will Levis has really looked so bad is because the Tennessee Titans have given up the second most sacks. And again, a lot of that is on him. Ever since they lost Taylor Lewan, which is a huge, huge, huge left tackle to lose, they've really been struggling at keeping their quarterbacks upright. But fact is, Will Levis really isn't the brightest guy. I mean, we're talking about a guy that eats fucking bananas with the banana peel on and puts mayonnaise in his coffee. So, I mean, clearly not really the brightest guy. But that's not why I'm telling you to add him. The Miami Dolphins are getting torched. They're getting torched in the deep ball. They're giving up touchdowns to quarterbacks. And I know they went against Josh Allen, and Josh Allen is like a complete alien on the football field right now. I get that. Will Levis is not going to look like Josh Allen did. But what Will Levis likes to do is throw the deep ball. Like, the one thing that I'll give him credit for is that he does throw the deep ball pretty damn good. He's got a freak arm. And when you've got guys like D-Hop, Tyler Boyd, and Calvin Ridley, all of which can stretch the football field, man, there could be 2 or 3 touchdowns of 40-plus yards. Really, there really could be. Not to mention, as much as he's getting sacked this year, yeah, he's got to do a better job at being decisive and going through his progressions and hitting guys on time as they break out of their routes. This is the NFL, for crying out loud. Dudes aren't open for very long. You hit the window or you don't. I mean, it's just that simple. But Miami only ranks 23rd in sacks, so they're not really getting after the quarterback. And I could really see them looking at this Tennessee offense and thinking, damn, we can get after this guy. Go ahead. Because you don't have any help in the deep end. And if Will Levis is going to panic and chuck the ball up, he's got 3 guys that'll go get it. So those are the 3 quarterbacks that you need to add this week and why. So if you were hurting at the quarterback position, go add those guys.
How you play the game with the people that writing the rules. Ain't the fame that I'm after when paying the dues. I've been through the pain that's reflected in the attitude. Might be winning now, but the thing is that I had to lose. So go and tell me what you really want to do. And lonely at the top, cause there ain't a lot of room. Ain't no other option, it's all I ever knew. So I'ma get it poppin', you know how I'ma do. Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down.